Bisa nggak dap?
Udah.
Nah, udah tuh.
Udah. Oke.
Nanti di-cut-cut tuh ya.
Siap.
Ya. Sok Aiman mulai.
Udah nih.
Udah. Pakai bahasa Inggris mah.
On cam atau enggak?
On cam aja lupa, Cok.
On cam.
On kan?
Oh, iya.
Ya udah.
Apa juga belum.
Mana ininya? Ininya apa?
Udah makan. Ini nih.
Udah belum?
Udah.
Uh, Assalamualaikum everyone. We we are here today to present the results of our analysis session with the title Financial Ratio and Indonesian Banking. Before we begin, let me introduce our group. My name is Aiman Badar.
My name is Muhammad Dafa.
My name is Lena Zahar.
My name is Abias Raffi Ananda Hardelia.
Introduction. In today's era of globalization, competition in the banking sector is increasingly intense. Banks must manage financial performance efficiently while adapting to technological and economic change. Financial statement analysis is a key to evaluate a bank's stability and performance, showing how effectively it uses assets, manage liabilities, and maximize capital. In Indonesia, the banking industry supports the national economy through financial intermediation and digital innovation. Bank Central Asia focus on retail and digital banking, while Bank BRI, BRI is known for serving micro, small, and medium enterprises. We can go to the next slide. Okay, profile. Bank Rakyat Indonesia is one of Indonesia's largest and oldest state-owned bank, founded on December 16 of December 1895 in Purwokerto, Central Java. Known for its strong focus on micro, small, and medium enterprises, BRI, plays a key role in promoting financial inclusion and supporting the national economy. The bank offers diverse financial services, including savings, loans, investment, insurance, and digital banking through platforms like Brimo, BRI Internet Banking, and BRI Link, with the vision becoming the most valuable banking group in Southeast Asia and champion of financial inclusion. Can go next to the next slide. This is the company profile about Bank Central Asia. This is one of the Indonesia's largest private banks, known for strong financial performance, innovation, and wide customer base. Founded on 21 February 1957 and headquartered in Jakarta, BCA offers a full originally established as Bank Central Asia. The bank has adapted to technological change and evolving markets, becoming a pioneer in modern banking. Today, BCA provides savings and deposits products, credit cards, loans, investment service, and advanced digital banking through platforms like BCA Mobile and MyBCA. BCA vision is to be the bank of choice and major pillar of the Indonesia economy.
Keuangan ya? Iya, keuangan. Apa nih, Jun?
Is our analysis method, PT BRI and PT BCR.
Dulu Pak Sunil.
Next slide. Liquidity. A current ratio measures how much current asset a company has to cover each rupiah of its current liabilities or debts. This is a general indicator of financial health. If the number is above 10, it means that the company liquid assets are greater than its short-term debts. Number B, quick ratio, similar to the current ratio, but more strict because it only considers assets that can be quickly liquidated. It does not include inventory. This ratio measures a company's ability to pay its short-term debts without having to sell its stock. This is our analysis of current ratio and quick ratio. Next. Number 2 is leverage. Debt to equity ratio shows the ratio between a company total debt, its equity. A high figure indicates that the company funding comes mostly from debt, which means a higher risk of default. Number B, debt ratio measures the percentage of the company's total assets that are financed by debt's liabilities. This ratio shows how much creditor or lenders claim on the company asset. Number 3 is times interest earned, measures the company operating a profit or EBIT. Ability cover its interest expense. A figure above 10 indicates that the company generates enough profit to pay their loan interest. The higher the figure, the safer the company position. This is our debt ratio, time interest, and debt to equity.
Okay, the third one is asset efficiency. The first one, A, total asset turnover or TATO, measures how efficiently a company uses its total assets to generate revenue. A high rate here indicates good asset management and effectiveness in generating sales from every rupiah of asset owned. The second one, B, fixed asset turnover. Measure the efficiency of fixed assets such as factories and equipment in generating revenue. This ratio shows how productive a company's long-term physical assets are. The third one, C, receivable turnover, measures how often a company successfully collects its receivable or liquidates credit in the case of banks during a certain period. This ratio shows the effectiveness of credit policies and collection process. This is the fixed asset turnover, total assets turnover TATU, receivable turnover table. The fourth is profitability. First one, A, net profit margin or NPM, shows the percentage of each rupiah of revenue sales that remains as net profit after deducting all operating costs, interest, and tax. This is an indicator of overall operational efficiency and cost management. The second one, B, return on asset or ROA, measures the ability of all company assets, both debt and equity finance, to generate net profit. This ratio shows the efficiency of management in using the company total resource to generate profits. The third one, C, return on equity, measures the return net profit earned by shareholder from their invested capital or equity. This is the most important metric for investors as it shows the return on their ownership in the company. This is the table for net profit margin or NPM, return on asset or ROA, and return on equity.
In this slide, you can see the common size income statements for both BCA and BRI. Overall, both banks improved their operational performance from 2022 until 2024. BCA recorded lower interest and operating expenses, which resulted in higher net income margins. Meanwhile, BRI had slightly higher expenses due to its MSME-focused lending, but still showed steady profitability growth. This means BCA was more efficient in cost control, while BRI maintained profitability through credit expansion. Next slide. Okay, next, the trend analysis help us see how financial ratios changed over time. In terms of liquidity, both BCA and BRI showed a stable and slightly increased trend. BCA current ratio increased from 1.22 in 2022 to 1.24 in 2024, showing better liquidity management. BRI ratio also rose slightly from 1.20 to 1.21, indicating stable short-term solvency. Overall, both banks were able to meet short-term obligation effectively. Next slide. And this is the result of the analysis of liquidity and capital structures. Next slide. This is the result of asset efficiency and profitability. Next slide. And then industry analysis. Here we compare both banks to the overall banking industry. Both BCA and BRI outperformed the industry average from 2022 until 2024. BCA had stronger liquidity and lower leverage than the average bank, showing financial prudence. BRI, on the other hand, showed higher profitability and asset utilization thanks to its broad MSME network. Together, both banks represent the strength of Indonesian post-pandemic banking recovery. Next slide. This is the result of the analysis liquidity and capital structure. Next slide. And this is the result of analysis asset efficiency and profitability. Next slide. Now, based on the bar chart and ratio comparison from 2022 until 2024, both BCA and BRI consistently outperformed the Indonesian banking industry average. Through each displayed distinct strength. The banking sector as a whole showed steady improvement in liquidity, leverage, and profitability, supported by post-pandemic recovery and digital transformation. BCA maintained stronger liquidity and lower leverage, reflecting conservative and efficient financial management. Meanwhile, BRI recorded higher asset efficiency and profitability, with its total asset turnover increasing to 1.12 and stronger gains in NPM, ROA, and ROE, driven by MSME lending and rural market expansion. In summary, BCA leads in financial stability, liquidity, and operational efficiency, while BRI excels in profitability and asset utilization. Together, they represent the dual strength of Indonesia banking industry, BCA, prudence and innovation alongside BRI inclusiveness and growth, setting a strong benchmark for the sector's resilience and performance. Next slide. And then the last one is comparison analysis. In comparing, BCA and BRI both serve as dominant players in Indonesia banking sectors with distinct strength. BCA, as the largest private bank, focused on operational efficiency, digital innovation, and prudent risk management, maintaining strong liquidity and stability profitability. BRI, as a state-owned bank with the largest asset base, prioritizes credit expansion, especially to MSME, resulting in higher revenue and profitability, but greater credit risk exposure. From 2022 until 2024, BCA maintained lower leverage and higher efficiency, while BRI achieved stronger returns for shareholders, reflected in its higher ROE. In digital transformation, BCA leads in retail banking, whereas BRI excels in reaching rural and micro markets through BRI Link and BRI Move. Overall, BCA represents financial stability and efficiency, while BRI drives growth and inclusiveness together, strengthening the resilience of Indonesian banking industry. Next slide.
And this is the conclusion based on overall financial ratio and graphical analysis from 2022 to 2024. It can be concluded that Bank Central Asian demonstrates strong, stable, and sustainable financial performance, reflecting prudent risk management and financial stability, while BRI achieved stronger profitability and assets utilization through extensive MSME lending and inclusive growth strategies. Both institutions outperform the industry average in key indicators such as current ratio, DAR, TAT, NPM, ROA, and ROE, showing steady improvement across all financial aspects. BCA excels in cost efficiency, digital innovation, and long-term sustainability, whereas BRI drive profitability, expansion, and financial inclusion. Together, they complement each other in strength, stability, innovation, and competitiveness of Indonesia banking industry in post-pandemic era. Next slide.
Next is recommendation for PT Bank Central Asia, TBK, or BCA. BCA should continue strengthening its position as a digital banking leader while maintaining operational efficiency and financial prudence. With strong liquidity and conservative leverage, the bank can expand into new growth areas such as SME financing and sustainable banking. Continued investment in technology, cybersecurity, and customer experience will help sustain competitiveness while maintaining cost efficiency, and optimal capital management will ensure long-term growth and stability. For PT Bank Rakyat Indonesia, Persero TBK or Bank BRI, BRI should maintain its profitability and asset efficiency while improving risk management to balance its rapid credit expansion. The bank needs to enhance credit assessment systems and maximize digital platforms like BRI Move and BRI Link to increase efficiency and market reach. Strengthening governance and integrating sustainability into its lending strategy will support responsible growth. By combining innovation, inclusion, and sound capital management, BRI can sustain profitability and remain a key driver of Indonesia's financial development. Thank you for your attention.
Raymond closing. Long.
That's all from our presentation from our group. thank you for your attention. Sorry if there's something wrong from us or something. Yeah. Thank you for listening. Bye, guys.